Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
I just want to be the best in basketball. So I want to be the greatest of all time to play women's basketball. So I just know there's people out there working just as much as me. So I just want to keep working hard and keep that intensity going. And so one day I can pursue my dreams of being in the WNBA and playing overseas. So I just want bigger things to come in my life.
I remember when I started in March, she could do 0 pull-ups. She did have a great 25-inch vertical when she first started. She only weighed 150 pounds. One of our main mottos is do the simple things exceedingly well, and that's where we started. So we started the foundation, building her base, and now we've got to basically the peak of our pyramid of things that we can do with her. So we didn't skip any levels. We did all the basics, and she got really, really good at them, and that's what's led her to become as great as she is at basketball and performance.
I've watched her grow, the confidence-wise, the strength-wise, the jumping ability, her footwork. It's really amazing to kind of watch for a girl her size, being 6'3", 6'4", to move like she can move and do the thing and be as agile as she is, along with the strength.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
At the University of St. Francis, you'll find everything you need to succeed, from business, nursing and science, to the arts, all with a 99% career success rate.
You belong here.
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 I belong here.
The athletes has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really cool.
I like to stay active. I try to come in here at least 3 times a week and just get my 1-hour workout in. Since September, I think I've put on 22 pounds of muscle. I think my vertical has gone up plus 5 inches. I've gotten a lot faster since then too. I can hit the ball further. In football, I can push people around more. It's basketball easier too. Just being stronger just makes everything easier.
Brandon started with gym rats basketball training. After one of the sessions, he came up to me and he wanted to know if he could do more. So Brandon started the EDGE program in November, in addition to the club training he was doing, because it offers personalized programming for his athletic goals. PSN Performance uses a long-term athletic development pyramid. At such a young age, it's really good for Brandon to set the foundation of athletic development. Since he is in season all year round, he has to be ready for all the physical demands. So he does a lot more strength training, just because in basketball he sprints and cuts a lot. In baseball he's doing a lot of sprinting. In football he does a lot of sprinting and jumping. So preparing him to withstand the physical demands of those games, he does a lot more strength training.
I like all the lower body stuff the best. I do goblet squats, split squats, back squat, front squat, a lot of those. Tyler knows what's best for me. He always points me in the right direction. He just pushes me to go harder every day.
In 4 years, this could be you.
At the University of St. Francis, you'll find everything you need to succeed, from business, nursing and science, to the arts.
You belong here!
Area sports looked a lot different back in 1952 when Jim Kelly opened his first dealership in Fort Wayne. 70 years later, that original dealership has grown into the Kelly Automotive Group with 14 brands in 3 locations, including our new Fort Wayne Auto Mall and Kelly Chevrolet on Lima Road. Fort Wayne continues to support our local teams and businesses. Thank you for 70 years. We could have never done it without you. Visit us today at drivekelly.com.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.
Everybody from Spooler Stadium in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Welcome to week number 7 of the Indiana high school football season here on Summit City Sports and SummitCitySports.com. We speak to you tonight from the campus of Northrop High School, but it's a home game for the Snyder Panthers. In fact, it's homecoming for the Panthers as they're hosting the Northrop Bruins. Now, let me explain something. These two schools share this football facility, but as the schedule works out, tonight it is a Snyder home game, and the Panthers come out onto the field right down here below us. So Northrop is the visiting team, even though it's on their campus. You got all that? We'll have a test in 10 minutes. Jim Measle here along with Carson Watkins on this Friday night, another beautiful Friday night for high school football. The clouds have broken up over the last hour or two. The sun is shining in our eyes as it sets in the western sky. And we look forward to tonight's game between the Snyder Panthers and the Northrop Bruins. It's been a tough year for Northrop so far. They are 0-6 overall, 0-4 in the Summit Athletic Conference. Snyder, Carson, is hurting, and they want to take out their frustrations on Northrop after they lost their first game of the season last week to Homestead.
Yeah, that was just a really tough loss for them. They only dropped one spot in the state, so it's going to work out. But at the end of the day, they're really going to need to focus up here, and they want to get a convincing win over their rivals in order to earn some respect back in the SAC.
Snyder 5-1 overall, 3-1 in the Summit Athletic Conference, and their loss last week to Homestead has really shaken up the standings in the SAC. It is absolutely crazy in A division right now. Snyder, Carroll, Bishop Dwenger, and Homestead, Carson, all 3-1. So A division is definitely up for grabs.
Yeah, there was a lot of smiling faces over at Carroll. They handled their business. They had a really tough loss here against Snyder, so they're looking to get that back. And now it's just going to be a race to the finish. Only 3 weeks ago, if my memory serves me right.
Bishop Lours. And, we've seen this movie before, Carson. They got off to such a rough start. We saw them in week 1 over at East Noble, and they were just totally manhandled by East Noble that night. It was one of the worst performances by a Lours team I can ever remember. Well, they have bounced back. Coach Lindsay and his staff doing a fabulous job there, getting their kids back on the right track. They have won 4 in a row. And right now, Carson, Lours is the only unbeaten team in the Summit when it comes to conference games at 4-0 in the conference.
Yeah, Coach Lindsay did a really great job. I mean, he has a history of that, really just focusing in his team no matter how rough they may start. He keeps them focused and they get to the season, and usually you see them towards the end of November. All
right, other action tonight here in week 7 in the Summit. It's rivalry night. So you got Dwenger against Lours, the battle of the Bishops. And that should be a terrific game at Knights Field. Dwenger 3-3 overall, 3-1 in the conference. Lours, as I mentioned, 4-0 in the conference, 4-2 overall. Concordia is at Wayne tonight. Concordia looking for their first win of the season. Wayne looking to get above the 500 mark. They're 3-3. They play for the totem pole, north side as south side. Just throw out the records. On paper, north side 2-4 overall, 2-2 in the conference. South side, after winning last week against Concordia and ending a long losing streak, they're 1-5 overall, 1-3 in the Summit Athletic Conference. And a game that we're going to keep our eye on. I know Carson's going to keep his eye on this game. It's Carson's old school, the Carroll Chargers, hosting the Homestead Spartans. Can Homestead make it 2 in a row? Sparty is 3-3 overall, 3-1 in the Summit. Carroll is 4-2 overall, 3-1 in the Summit. So that's how things stack up elsewhere in the Summit Athletic Conference tonight. And again, we'd like to thank all of our sponsors. Carson, how about running them down for us?
Big Eyed Fish has been around the Northeast Indiana area for generations. Like their Facebook page for updated promotions. Enjoy the best fish in Fort Wayne in a family-friendly environment. Big Eyed Fish. Kelly Automotive celebrating their 70th year in business. Shop all 14 of their brands at drivekelly.com. Thompsonville Tire has been servicing the Fort Wayne area for over 40 years. They will help you find the perfect tire for your vehicle and other automotive repair services like brakes, wheel alignments, engine diagnostics, and more. At Onwiller Contracting, we invest in our customers by providing peace of mind during the entire process from bid to build. Visit onwillercontracting.com. And Summit Volleyball trains and builds the highest quality volleyball players in the area from ages 5 to 18. Our athletes are equipped with elite level skills and a foundation of life skills. Jump on board. Together we can reach the summit. Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning is dedicated to providing the best possible system and solution that fits your unique needs. Visit AndersonCoolHeat.com. Are you ready to do what it takes to put your past behind you, whether it's exploding your criminal record or getting your driver's license reinstated? Jolly Law Firm is here for you. Seoka Cleaning and Restoration, providing top-notch commercial cleaning services, including janitorial, water damage, state-of-the-art disinfecting services throughout Northeast Indiana. Online degree programs at the University of St. Francis are built for convenience and flexibility. Most degrees can be completed in 12 months. Visit online.sf.edu. TJW Industrial provides HVAC and plumbing services. Visit their website at tjwindustrial.com. That's tjwindustrial.com. Earn your edge this season. Parkview Sports Medicine Training maximizes your athletes' personalized performance training to reach your goals and get you to the next level. Visit parkviewsportsmedicine.com/edge to follow your consultation.
All right, Snyder won the toss. They deferred, so Northrop will get the ball to start the game. There is no wind whatsoever. The wind will not be a factor tonight. 71 degrees here at game time. Weatherman says we are expected to drop into the low 60s by the time we're done. Another beautiful night for high school football. I don't think we've had any rain yet this year, knock wood. Don't jinx anybody now, Jim.
Jim, you know how powerful the announcer jinx is, don't you?
This is true.
If it rains next week, I'm not showing up. You're on your own.
Chase Weddemer will be kicking off for Snyder. And dropping back deep to receive for Northrop would be Guilford. And the sun setting in the west, so you're going to have to bear with us here for about the next 15 minutes as the sun drops beyond the grandstand on the far side. It's kind of right in our eyes right now. Jim Measle here along with Carson Watkins, Isu Haynes, our cameraman. And we're set to go on homecoming for the Snyder Panthers. We are underway. And Guilford runs up, takes it out about the 12. He's to the 20. Guilford makes a man miss and is finally brought down at around the 29-yard line. Brought down by number 83, Alan Bolton. So that's how the game starts. Northrop goes on offense. David Callison did not play last week, but he is back in the Northrop lineup tonight at quarterback, a 5'9", 140 sophomore. He has passed for 577 yards this year, 5 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. First down for the Bruins at their own 29. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the near side. Callison steps up and he is over the line of scrimmage, so he has to keep it and gets pushed out of bounds at the 38-yard line by Anthony Hernandez.
Yeah, I really like that strategy there. I'm tuck it and run. Obviously didn't see anything downfield. Decided just to tuck it himself. He kind of waited a little bit. I think he wanted to avoid the linebackers and got himself some extra yards. Northrop really succeeded last week in the run game. I want to see that keep up, but they're going 5 wide right now. Really tempting Snyder's secondary.
Naked backfield. Callison swings it out in the left flat. It's caught by Jay Barksdale Wilson, and he may have gotten about a yard. It'll bring up 3rd down and 5 for Northrop.
Gain of 1, 3rd down and 5 coming up. Tackle made by 14, Matt Mearson of the Panthers. 3rd down and 5 coming up for the Bruins.
3rd and 5 from the 34-yard line for the Bruins.
See if they go for that swing pass again. Didn't work too well, but Snyder secondary, really, they're going to go with the sign run.
And Callison gets the 1st down with room to spare. Callison, the Northrop quarterback, calls his own number, needed 5, and he got 14. Move the sticks, 1st down Bruins.
Yeah, really tempting sorry I interrupted your call there, Jim, but really just tempting the Snyder secondary, pushes them back into coverage. Take a look here on the Traction Athletic Performance replay. He just calls his own number. No linebackers were there. The line pushes up, and they get the 1st down. I think this is the strategy for Northrop. They know how high-powered this Snyder offense is, so, hey, keep them off the field.
Play clock's at 5. 1st down for Northrop at their own 48. Callison hands it off this time, and a decent gain across the 50 to the 49-yard line. Jelante Hinton, 6 foot, 215 senior. He is going to be spotted down to the 48.
2nd down and 7 coming up.
Brandon Logan credited with the tackle for Snyder.
48-yard line.
2nd down and 6 for the Bruins as they move into Snyder territory. The ball at the Panther 48. Callison has time, throws one deep. Guilford's out there. Oh, we overthrew him. Oh, my. Guilford had beaten his man, but the pass was overthrown.
Yeah, really a missed opportunity here, Jim. No other way to put it. They decide to go with the play-action fakes. Snyder wasn't expecting it. He just beat his man over the top. Thought he could have made a little bit of a better adjustment on that ball, Jim, but all's well that ends well for the Panthers. You got to watch that. You can't let them beat you deep, and you can't fall for play action like that.
So 3rd and 6 now for Northrop at the Snyder 48 line. The gain is the Panther 42. Just over 10 minutes to play in the opening quarter. And the pass is caught by Guilford this time. He's at the 30. And he's cut down to the 24-yard line. Overholser saved the touchdown. Levi Overholser with an ankle tackle. Gain of 24, 1st down Northrop.
Real simple out route combination here, Jim. Right now Northrop's just dissecting him. He just cuts back there and beats his man over the top again. Had to go up for that ball. And a touchdown saving tackle, possibly had about 3 secondary players ready to get him down. However, saved a couple yards, and right now this Panthers defense is getting lit up.
It's at the Snyder 24. 3 receivers to the left this time, and a flag comes in. And here's our first penalty flag of the game, and it's against Northrop, illegal procedure. That stops the clock with 9:33 to go in the 1st quarter. Northrop with an impressive opening possession. Oh, check that. Now, I beg your pardon. The penalty is against Snyder for being offside. So 1st and 5, the ball's in the red zone for Northrop. 1st and 5 from the Snyder 19-yard line. 3 receivers to the left. Oh, the snap goes by Callison. He has to cover it up. And they were going to spot him around the 32-yard line. Now the official drops the ball. That ball's kind of hard to handle right now. Loss of 13 on the play. That's the bottom line.
Yeah, Jim, we saw this a lot last week. It almost seemed like every time Northrop had some positive momentum, something just went awry. And right there, you saw it again. You got the center to quarterback exchange is one of the most underrated parts of this game. That one just a little bit sloppy. Now they got a lot of ground to make up.
2nd and 18 for the Bruins at the Snyder 32. Callison has time, and he throws to Guilford underneath the coverage. He is hit immediately at the 25-yard line. Anthony Hernandez, the 5'9 senior, delivering the hit. And that's a gain of 7. Still behind the markers, though.
A nice clean drop back here. Kind of just got over the linebackers. I'm really surprised Snyder's linebacking core having a little bit of a rough go to start this game, Jim. They're kind of getting picked apart there on these short slant routes.
Clock winds down to 8:18 to go in the opening quarter. Line the gain is to 14, 3rd and 11. Callison, look out! Gets away from one man, throws incomplete at the first down marker or close to it. That pass intended for Therese Menifee, a sophomore. 4th down. And let's see what the Bruins want to do here.
Yeah, really interesting. Just trying to get him here. He avoids that sack. Good job by Callison to get out of the pocket like that. He gets one of his guys down near the marker. They're going to go for a long kick here.
Gonzalez is on to try a 42-yard field goal. Watch for a fake now. 4th and 11. From the 32, a 42-yard attempt. High snap, and the kick is not going to get there. So Northrop got into the red zone, but Carson, we've talked about this before. 2 things will lose you football games: turnovers and empty trips to the red zone.
Yeah, that one, not exactly the drive the Bruins want to start this game. A lot of good things there, Jim. However, their short route concepts really working for them. And see if they keep that up. Now we get to see the killer bees in this deadly Snyder offense.
Yes, the combination of Uriah Buchanan and quarterback Kieron Billingsley have been lighting it up for the first 6 weeks of the season. Buchanan is close to 1,000 yards, 926 through 6 games. He's also scored 10 touchdowns. Snyder's first offensive possession as they start from their 20 with 7:59 to go in the first, no score. Double tight end, I formation, quarterback under center, and look out, Buchanan. Buchanan with a big chunk right off the bat. 26 yards to the 46.
I feel like we might see that 1,000-yard mark here tonight. What a good play here. Take a look here on the replay. Momentarily just kind of snuck right through the defense there. Got through the line, just had a couple safeties to beat. He eventually was drugged down.
Snyder right back to work on first down. Here's a long pass by Billingsley. He overthrows his intended receiver, Ganaway. Coverage by Bryce Madison. 2nd and 10. And now a flag comes in well after the play. Let's check it out here. We have a dead ball, personal foul on Northrop. Oh my goodness. You know, it just seems like, Carson, here in the SAC, the games I've been watching, the officials have a zero tolerance level for any discussions after the play.
Yeah, I think the IHSAA wanted that. I mean, you know, they put a lot into the face of sportsmanship campaign. Really don't want to see that happening, Jim. Not only is it, as I aforementioned, just poor sportsmanship, but also you're costing your team. You just cost your team 15 yards. I don't know what happened, but really want to avoid that.
You gotta zip the lip. All right, here's a running play, and it's Buchanan for a couple of yards. That'll make a 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, just certainly really tough. I mean, I know this is a rivalry game, and you know you probably know a lot of these guys, and you know, it's a brutal game, and you know sometimes your emotions get high, but the best teams can control those emotions.
Cameron Bean, senior linebacker, 5'9", 180 pounds on that last carry, or rather on that last tackle. And on 2nd and 8, an end around, first down, and that's Trevor Jarvis. Jarvis with a couple of nifty moves, picking up 15 yards to the Northrop 23. Move the sticks.
Yeah, really good end-around play. They sent him in motion before. Really great job by the blocking, especially number 88, the tight end there. Pushed his guy, got that hole on the outside. Really good blocking on that play. Just kept going through Bruins, and just outside of the red zone now is the Panthers.
6.5 to go in the first quarter. I formation. Bit of a delayed handoff. Buchanan, and he cannot turn the corner. Excellent defensive play by Tawan Johnson, and he is Northrop's leading tackler entering tonight's action.
Yeah, it's one of the latest non-option handoffs you may ever see. Want to see if they tried to fake him, but he just kept going out. Got him by the T-shirt there, Jim. And only a couple yards on that one.
Johnson now with 38 tackles on the season. On 2nd and 8, play action fake. Billingsley rolling to his right. Can't find a receiver. Now throws to a safety valve. And they pick up about 6 yards on the play. Out of bounds at the 14. And the catch was made by Jack Langus. Short of the first down, 3rd and 2.
Yeah, he rolls out here and just kept going. And just like you said, got it out to the tight end there. And now a 3rd and short.
Line the gain is to 12. Obviously 4-down territory here.
They got a pretty good kicking game, Jim.
3 receivers. Here comes Buchanan. Can he get the corner? Yes, he can. Breaks a tackle and goes inside the 5 down to the 3. He needed 2 and he got about 10. First down, Snyder. 1st and goal for the Panthers.
Yeah, that's the way you want to see it there. That's kind of what they were going for last time, trying to get that end around, trying to get in there on the outside corner. Take a look here, just kind of beats them all on the outside, and that's one thing. He has that speed too, Jimmy. He can just get around you.
1st and goal from the 5. Buchanan up the middle, takes the ball into the end zone. Give that man 6 points. Uriah Buchanan's 11th touchdown of the season from 5 yards out, and with 5:29 to go in the first quarter, Snyder on the board first.
Once again, just Buchanan showing some really good work here, just breaking through the line, gets himself 6 points, and nice little touchdown dance, too.
Wennemir will try and tack on the PAT. The kick is up, and the kick is good. And with 5:29 to go in the first quarter, Snyder 7, Northrop nothing. Back in just a moment. Welcome back, everybody, on this Friday night in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Carson Watkins alongside E.C. Haynes, our cameraman. I'm Jim Measle with you.
Kicking off, number 95, Winnemer. Set deep return, number 8.
7-0 Snyder. 5-yard touchdown for Uriah Buchanan. South side and north side scoreless in the first quarter at Archer Field. We're all over the place tonight here on Summit City Sports, our 9th year of high school football sports coverage in the Fort Wayne area. Here's the kick. It's going to be a short one. Bobbled, now taken at the 20-yard line. And for Northrop, that's Javon. And he is brought down at about the 20-yard line.
Javon returns the kickoff.
Traveled a lot of yards there.
So Northrop will start at their own 19-yard line. East Noble has an early 7-0 lead at Columbia City, and East Noble is in the red zone at about the 9. They could go up 2 touchdowns here in just a moment. That's at Columbia City. And now Northrop will take a timeout. So why don't we step aside with 5:22 to go in the first quarter. 7-0 Snyder. We're back in just a moment. Northrop timeout. First down for the Bruins at their own 19. They had a nice drive on their opening possession, but a couple of miscues and a penalty stopped them. They did get into the red zone. 42-yard field goal attempt was no good. And they'll run it on first down for about a yard. And a hard yard there for Jay Barksdale Wilson. He has 324 yards rushing entering tonight's game. Picked up 2 right there. Second down and 8 for Northrop at their own 21. Under 5 minutes to play now in the opening quarter. And they'll go with 5 receivers again. 4 on this side, 1 on the left. Naked backfield. David Callison is all by himself. Takes the snap, throws to the right flat, caught by Barksdale Wilson, and they will get nothing. Well defended by the Snyder defense. Brandon Logan making the tackle there. Third down and 8 now for Northrop.
Yeah, they're really trying to work this short passing concept, these bubble screens right here. If I was the Panthers, I might consider start pressing a little bit, see if you can try to jam them in the backfield and get them for a loss. Obviously, a really good defensive play there, but certainly don't want to be torched on that.
Line the game for the Bruins is just over the 29, and they better hustle here. Play clock's under 10 as they break the huddle. Play clock's at 5. Well, there goes that balloon. It's at 3, at 2, at 1. They get the play off in time. Callison in trouble. Down he goes. Back at the 13-yard line. William Kelso Jr. And what a career he's had here at Snyder. Yeah, 15 tackles last year. 6'1", 230 senior. So 3 and out for Northrop on their second possession.
Yeah, just a classic bull rush. Got through the line kind of swam right through the line, and the back tried to get him, but he just took the back and the quarterback with him.
Jacob Gump in punt formation. Special teams have been an adventure at times this year for the Bruins. Play clock's at 4, at 3, at 2. Now they get the play off, and Gump gets his punt off. High, short kick, out to midfield, and it's taken. No fair catch by Brandon Logan. Logan returns it to the Northrop 44-yard line. So a short field for the Panthers on their second possession. 3:43 to go in the first quarter.
Has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch.
Snyder ball at the Northrop 44. So right now the Panthers at the edge in field position, forcing Northrop to go 3 and out on their second possession. They swing it out on the right flat. Oh, that's a dangerous pass. Oh, my goodness. That could have been a pick 6. Let's see who was over there. That was Johnson, Tawan Johnson. I tell you what, he had 60 yards of nothing but PAT in front of him if he had caught that ball.
Yeah, he was obvious. You could just see the frustration. That was a pretty poor timed pass there by Billingsley. Had him really out there, but Northrop pressed a little bit, and it just went in front of him. That was really lucky it wasn't picked off.
2nd and 10 at the Northrop 44. And Billingsley throws short. Here goes Buchanan. Buchanan to the 30, to the 20. He's to the 10. He's to the 5. He's to the goal line. Give that man 6 points. Touchdown, Snyder. 44-yard touchdown pass, but there's a flag down back here at the 24-yard line. Hold the phone, Mabel. Holding. The jury will disregard that last touchdown. So let's see, the flag is at the 24. The 10-yard mark off will put the ball at the 34. That is right at the first down marker. And some of the officials on the Snyder's side who paid their way in didn't care for that call. But it's a first down for the Panthers.
Yeah, take a look here. I'll slow it down for you a little bit. Like you said, it's right here at the 24. It's a little bit too much white jersey there, Jim, and that's really unfortunate. That was a highlight reel play.
First down for Snyder at the Northrop 34. 3 receivers, 2 to the right. And it's Buchanan. Buchanan is in the clear to the 10. He's down to the 8-yard line. Buchanan picking up 25 more yards. It'll be first and goal for the Snyder Panthers.
He can just beat you with his legs every single time, Jim. Bounces out. Incredibly elusive there to get around the defender. And now he's got, looks like, first and goal for his team.
And that puts him over 1,000 yards rushing for the season. He had 926 entering tonight's game. He's at 79 now. So 1,005 yards for the season for Buchanan. And he's got the ball again. And he is stopped short of the goal line at the 1.
Tackle made by number 6, Relu. That'll be second down and goal.
So it'll be second and goal from the 1-yard line.
Really good blocking here by the Snyder line, just pushing the defenders back for Buchanan. Running backs usually are only as good as their line sometimes. You can only be so elusive.
Well, you know, the offensive line can take a lot of credit for the year Buchanan's having. Look at this, power eye here. This is old school football. Fullback gets the ball, and he carries it into the end zone. Touchdown, Lucas Rohrbacher from a yard out.
Like you said, old school football. It doesn't get much more old school than the old-fashioned fullback Jim. Just an easy little handoff here. The offensive line creates a nice hole, and he barrels his way in. That's one happy young man.
So Snyder goes up 13-0. Extra point pending from Whittemere. That came with 2:14 to go in the first quarter. And the ball is spotted. The kick is up. And the kick is good. New score on the board with 2:14 left in the first. Snyder 14, Northrop nothing. We're back in just a moment.
This has always been here, you know, and they're getting better. You know, I'm watching, you know, SummitCitySports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, I mean, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, I mean, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, you know, is just here, man. It's really cool.
Dealing with joint pains, sprains, strains, or back pain? Make the Parkview Ortho Express walk-in clinic your first stop when you have an orthopedic or sports injury. Located at the Sport.
Welcome back, everybody. Jim Measle here, Carson Watkins, Isu Haynes. Heritage has a 7-0 lead over Bluffton. Hello. Uh-oh. Bluffton, number 1 in the state in 2A, and Heritage at 5-1. A 7-0 lead, but it's early. What Howard used to say about Monday Night Football, I think we can say the same on Friday nights in Fort Wayne. Anything can happen on Friday Night Football. Here's the kick, down to about the 7-yard line, up to the 10, up to the 20. Flag comes in, and returning the kick was Aaron Robinson for Northrop, but we'll check out the penalty flag.
Official threw that. Official got some good air yards on that flag, too.
And it's going against Northrop, so the Bruins, for the second straight possession, will have to start deep in their own territory. Snyder's defense set up that last touchdown by getting a 3-and-out and forcing Northrop to punt the ball deep in their own territory. Snyder got a short field, and they cashed it in for a touchdown. They're up 14-0 with 2:05 to go in the first quarter. You know, I can't believe with modern vehicles now, Carson, somebody leaves their lights on. You know, usually they turn off automatically.
A couple years ago when I was in college, I drove a 2007. I have a little switch. I have specific night lights, and my friend got his car, who's moving into a new dorm. I'll finish the story here in a minute.
Oh, I want to hear this.
I will.
Running play off the right side. A gain of 3 yards will make it 2nd and 7. as that was Barksdale Wilson carrying the ball. Now the end of Carson's story.
So he moved into a new dorm, and he sat out there, and he started talking to a few people while I was helping move him in, and he came out and his car was dead. And I was like, why didn't you turn it off? He's like, I don't know. I was like, dude, I was giving him the business. The very next morning, I get to my car, I had a haircut, and I realized I left my lights on. I called him, like, I'm sorry, that was karma. I made fun of you for leaving your car on, and now it's me.
Okay. So, be careful with your lights. Look out. It's an interception. That's Overholser with the pick. Overholser is still on his feet, and he's down to the 18-yard line. And Snyder now with a big chance to really open up some space following the interception.
Yeah, really good play here. It was a pretty good read. It just wasn't. It just kind of hit off his hands and right into a gracious defender, Jim. And that's going to be a. Ooh, did you hear that one, Jim?
I heard Homestead nothing.
14 Carroll.
Carroll 14-0. Well, I wonder if Homestead may be suffering a little bit of a letdown after that big win over Snyder last week. So Neon Nation is joyous at this time. Don't go to sleep on Carroll. 3 receivers, 2 to the right, 1 to the near side. And there's a pass into the end zone. Jump ball. He caught it, but he's out of bounds. Billingsley's pass into the end zone for Ganaway. He came down with it, but he was clearly out of bounds.
Yeah, it doesn't get too much easier than that for the official, Jim. Take a look here momentarily. Pretty good throw, it just accidentally. You only get the one. He tried to go for the 2-toe. I think the 1-toe might have served him just fine if he can reach it back in.
1:04 to go in the first quarter. 14-0 Snyder. On 2nd and 10. Billingsley's pass is caught at the 10-yard line, and Jarvis is short of the first down. Out of bounds at the 10. It'll be 3rd down and 2.
Really like the out route concept here. Just kind of beat the corner there on the outside. Got a good chunk of yards on it. I'm going to say we're looking at 4 down territory here, but you do have Billingsley in your backfield.
3rd down and 3. Line the gain is the 8. Let's see if number 1 gets the ball here. They may be checking off. Play clock's at 10, plenty of time. 3 receivers. And indeed, it's Buchanan. Buchanan, give that man 6 points. Touchdown, Snyder. Buchanan's 2nd of the night, 12th of the year. And Snyder opens up a 3-touchdown lead with 52 seconds to go in the first quarter.
Man, this kid is special. I mean, no other way to put it, Jim. I mean, he is just dominating everybody who gets in his way. This one just kind of gets out.
10-yard touchdown. And Buchanan already with 92 yards rushing tonight. Wedemere's extra point attempt is up and good. New score on the board. 52 seconds to go first quarter. Snyder 21, Northrop nothing. Back in a moment.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience.
Welcome back, everybody. Jim Measel, Carson Watkins, Isu Haynes on the camera tonight. 52 seconds to go first quarter. Snyder 21, Northrop nothing. Snyder homecoming game, our 2nd straight homecoming game. Week number 7.
Not often do you get 2 homecoming weeks back-to-back at the same school.
That's right. We had Northrop's last week and Snyder's this evening. Boy, Northrop looked very impressive on their opening possession, but Snyder, since the first 4 or 5 minutes, has settled down in their control. as they look to take out their frustrations on the Bruins following Snyder's loss to Homestead last week. Short kick taken at the 15-yard line, and that's Robinson. Robinson with a nice return, and he is fighting, and he's still on his feet to the 42-yard line. Absolutely refused to go down. And he gives Northrop a short field. They'll start at their own 42.
Yeah, just a really good play here. You see number 6 there in the middle of your screen. He's kind of just bouncing, and he got around him pretty easily and got up, but that's what the offense might have needed, just that little bit of spark. Get your crowd back into it. See what can happen from here.
Ethan Pierre-Louis finally made the tackle for Snyder. Bruins started their own 42. And a running play. And Barksdale Wilson not going very far. Swallowed under by a sea of black at the line of scrimmage. Second down.
Tackled made by a litany of Panthers.
Isaac Cruz was in there on the tackle. And also number 45, Richard Nichter, senior linebacker, was in there. So no gain. Clock winding down. Less than 10 seconds to go in the opening quarter, and Northrop chooses not to snap the ball. Will change ends. First quarter is in the books. The score, Snyder 21, Northrop nothing. We'll come back in just a moment.
Sports looked a lot different back in 1952 when Jim Kelly opened his first dealership in Fort Wayne. 70 years later, that original dealership has grown into the Kelly Automotive Group with 14 brands in 3 locations, including our new Fort Wayne Auto Mall and Kelly Chevrolet on Lima Road. Fort Wayne continues to support our local teams and businesses. Thank you for 70 years. We could have never done it without you. Visit us today at drivekelly.com.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.
Welcome back to Spooler Stadium, everybody. We start the second quarter. Snyder 21, Northrop nothing on homecoming here for the Snyder Panthers. They and Northrop share this facility. Heritage 14-6 over Bluffton. Bluffton just scored, and now they're attempting the extra point. That game is still in the first quarter at Heritage.
14-0 East Noble.
Bluffton's kick is up, and the kick is good. So Heritage now 14-7 over Bluffton. Callison, look out, that's going to get picked at midfield, down the far side, out of bounds inside the 25. And that one was picked off. Kolabati with the pick. Second interception for the Snyder defense.
You just talk about a play that you can't catch a break on. Bad snap, threw it over his head, just try to get it downfield. Looked like he might have been trying to get that one to the sideline, Jim, but just had a Panther waiting there, and now a really short field for the Panthers.
11:48 to go until halftime. Snyder already leading 21-0. A chance to extend their lead. We got a new running back in there now for Snyder, as Buchanan is taking a break.
He deserves it.
And it's up the middle for a couple of yards. Ooh, that was an angry tackle. That was Kevin Russell, or Kevon Russell, I'm sorry. 5'10", 170 senior.
Now here comes Buchanan. He's going to stay away for terribly long.
Give Russell 4 yards, make it second down for Snyder. Second down and 6 at the Northrop 20-yard line. Buchanan back in the ball game. He has 2 touchdowns tonight, 12 for the year. And here is Billingsley throwing over the middle, has a man inside the 10, down to the 5. It'll be first and goal. That pass caught by Jack Langus.
Tackle made by number 2.
Move the sticks. First down, number 8 for Snyder unofficially.
Panthers.
Yeah, this is a really good curl route. He was left out there on an island.
Let's see if number 1 gets the ball. No play action fake. Billingsley into the end zone. Wide open. Touchdown. Give that man 6 points. Jack Langus.
Let me just give credit to the offensive line one more time. This is a really good play. Billingsley has time to roll outside of the pocket, gets it to the safety valve in the flat, and just like that, a 28-0 lead.
Wennemer will try and make it 4 out of 4. Trevor Jarvis holding. Ball is spotted. Kick is up. And the kick is good. New score on the board. 10:43 left in the first half. Snyder 28, Northrop nothing. We're back in just a moment. Welcome back, everybody, to Spooler Stadium. Snyder on top of Northrop, 28-0 with 10:43 to go in the first half. And Snyder has scored on all 4 of their possessions. Chase Wennemer, the 5'7", 160 senior, getting ready to kick off. And he gets a foot into it, comes down to about the 10-yard line. This is Robinson, who had a nice return last time. Robinson's got an opening. Robinson across the 30, and he's to the 35, up to about the 37-yard line. So another strong return by Aaron Robinson, the 5'6", 120 senior on special teams.
Yeah, just kick away from that guy. He's just torching the kickoff unit right now. Really good play out there. Seated on the left end, went all the way to the right end, grabbed some extra yards.
All right, for Northrop, down 28-0. 0-6 in the season. They just got to keep playing. Try and build for the future here. It's a young team that's had more than their share of injuries as well. And the Snyder defense now playing with a purpose after the opening possession for Northrop. As Barksdale Wilson, check that, Hinton carried the ball. Rohrbacher in on the stop. Second down and 8 now for Northrop at their own 39. Coming down to 10 minutes to play in the first half. 28-0, Snyder on top of Northrop. Carroll at last report was leading Homestead 14-0. Now here is Callison throwing, and it's incomplete.
That pass is incomplete.
Intended for Guilford.
Number 18, Guilford. Intended by number 20,
Callison has passed for 32 yards tonight.
Third down and 8 coming up.
He's now 4 of 8 in the passing game. Billingsley has thrown for 43 yards. Billingsley is 5 out of 7 so far. Buchanan, by our count, has 92 yards on 8 carries and 2 touchdowns. Line the game for Northrop is their 47, third down and 8 for the Bruins. Now they go with 2 running backs. Callison in trouble, has to throw it away. So a 3 and out for Northrop, and they'll punt the ball away with 9:48 to go in the first half.
Really good job by the Panthers defensive coaching staff. I mean, they really just locked in. And, you know, they kind of got torched around on that first drive, and they had kind of caught a break with the high snap, and they figured out what concepts they were going to run, and they locked in on those. And just like that, they haven't really even allowed a first down in about 2 or 3 drives now.
Gump in punt formation for Northrop. Snyder already leading 28-0. Good snap, no rush. Gump gets off a nice high kick, and it will take a bounce around the 30. A big Bruin bounce inside the 25, and it's going to roll dead around the 19-yard line. So Gump getting off a good kick there. 11, 21, 31, 41, 42 yards, no return.
He's having a really good night. I mean, he's really getting good boots on this one. Like you said, it's been a little bit of a tough unit so far this year, but he's really playing well. He's having some good punts here. That one got a nice bounce on it. See what the Panthers can do.
So this will be the worst field position for the Snyder offense to start tonight at their own 19. As the sun has gone away, night is falling in Fort Wayne. You can see the lights of the city off in the distance near the intersection of I-69 and Coldwater Road. Here comes Buchanan. Buchanan to the 25. Look at that move. Buchanan finally thrown out of bounds, and flags are coming in.
Buchanan, the ball carrier.
Buchanan will get 16 yards, and they'll tack on yardage on the penalty.
You just got to play a little bit smarter than this, Jim. I know you got to be frustrated right now, but I know what Buchanan's doing, but you can just kind of pull him out of bounds there. You kind of spun him around there. Just really don't want to see that, Jim.
So they'll mark it off in the 35. This will put the ball at the 50. Second penalty against Northrop for 25 yards. Snyder's been penalized twice for 20 yards. 9:22 to go until halftime. Snyder leading 28-0 over Northrop. Snyder coming in number 2 in the state in 5A. They were punished a little bit by the Posters after their loss to Homestead last week. They were number 1 for the entire season until that loss to Homestead. Play action. Billingsley's got time, and he wants it all. And he's got a man inside the 20 to the 10, down to the 4. First and goal. And that pass was caught. Caught by number 12, John Stegmeyer.
Nothing like a good old-fashioned go route. Had to stop for it. He might have found the end zone if he didn't have to go back for that one a little bit, but I don't think the Snyder staff's going to complain too much.
46 yards on that play. Billingsley now has 89 yards in passing tonight. They spot the ball at the 4. We must be in the flight pattern. Here comes another plane overhead.
There's an airport like 20 feet away from here.
Tailback, a new kid in the ball game for Snyder, and give that man 6 points. As that touchdown is scored by LaDonna Clopton. He's another senior. 5'11", 180 pounds. 4-yard touchdown with 8:40 left in the first half. And Snyder builds their lead.
Just a really good run here. Not much more to say, Jim. Just got it through.
Winnemere's extra point is good. New score on the board. 8:40 left in the first half. Snyder 35, Northrop nothing. We're back in just a moment.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance.
Welcome back to Spiller Stadium, and Snyder pulling away and hiding now, leading Northrop 35-0. 8:40 left in the first half, and we are now entering the criteria for a running clock in the second half unless Northrop can get something on the board here. The kick goes to the 12-yard line. Guilford to the 20. Flag comes in. Guilford with a nice return, but this may be coming back. He is still on his feet. dragged some tacklers with him, and it's down to the 45-yard line. We got a flag down to the 35-yard line. So a nice return by Guilford will be negated, apparently. Waiting for a signal from the man in the white hat. Still waiting for a signal. Holding on Northrop.
Holding against the Bruins.
Well, they declined that one. We got a personal foul for a chop block on Northrop. So we had 2 fouls there. Snyder takes the chop block penalty. 8.5 minutes to play in the first half. 35-0 Snyder here in week 7. The flag was thrown at the 36, and they'll mark it off from there. And Northrop will have to start. Looks like they're going to start inside of their 25 at the 21-yard line. Third penalty for 40 yards against Northrop. First down marker is at the 21. Northrop with a very impressive opening possession, but since that time, the Snyder defense has dominated. Carson, I just wonder after that opening possession if maybe some Snyder defensive coaches got after their guys a little bit.
Yeah, I'd imagine. Like I said, they were kind of just getting torched on out routes and curl routes more than anything, and a couple bubble screens. So, like I said, they wanted to press a little bit. They've played better in coverage. The linebacking core is toughened up.
A rush again on Callis, and he finds his man, and a pickup of 9 yards to the 30-yard line. And the reception made by Jackson Hughes. 6'4", 185 junior. A gain of 9 will make a 2nd and 1.
Gain of 9, 2nd down and 1, Bruins.
Callison did a nice job hanging in there. Hughes' first catch of the night. Callison has now passed it for 41 yards. Play clock at 15 as they break the huddle. Under 8 minutes to play in the half. 35-0 Snyder. 3 receivers, 2 on the right, 1 on the near side. 1 setback. On 2nd down and 1, they'll run it. Uh-oh. And we're going backwards. A loss of 5 in the play. And it looks like they're keying in on Barksdale Wilson, young man who had 324 yards rushing entering tonight's game.
He had a really good week last week too, Jim, and he's just been shut down thus far tonight.
So 3rd down and 6 now. Line the gain is to 36 for Northrop. Just over 7 minutes to play in the first half. 3 receivers to the right, 1 setback. On 3rd and 6 for the Bruins. Line the gain is to 31, I should say. And that pass is incomplete. Gallison again running out of time. Just had to get rid of that ball in a hurry.
Yeah, and he took a brutal hit, Jim. I mean, got really just ran out of time there to throw that one. Still got some decent air yards right after he got hit. No roughing the passer call there.
I like the sophomore's moxie, hanging in there and taking hits. And when he gets hit, he gets right back up. So 4th and 6, Gump in punt formation with less than 7 minutes to play in the first half. Snyder has scored on all 5 of their possessions. Gump's punt, no rush, high and short. It's out to midfield, and it takes a bounce out of bounds into the Snyder bench, and now a flag comes in after the play. Here we go again, Carson.
Late flag on the play.
You just don't want to see that. Both coaching staffs really just need to get their guys' heads right and just say, hey, we can't have this.
Well, it's silly. It really is.
Yeah.
I don't like to criticize teenagers, but this junk, you can't do it.
No.
You just cannot do it. And but that's our world nowadays. That's our look at me world. That's another reason why social media has been so toxic. I guess we had some issues on social media before the Northside Lures game last week.
I did not hear that.
Sometimes you just want to take some phones and smash them.
Personal foul on Northrop, and they just cost their team another 15 yards.
Can't do it.
No. And like you said, I don't want to be critical towards teenagers, and I understand how they must be feeling right now. But like I said, you just got to kind of take the blows as they go, get through it.
And I think we're going to put the ball now at the Northrop 34. They're having a lot of fun with balloons down here below us in the Snyder student body.
Oh, they're having a good night. They're enjoying themselves. Got a nice homecoming night. Got a lot of really cool costumes I saw, dressed up, Spirit.
Well, here we go. A short field for Snyder. Once again, they started the Northrop 34. And here goes Billingsley calling his own number, scoots out of bounds on the far side around the 30.
Really good job just to take that one out of the pocket, realize how quickly it was collapsing, got out of there, and ran out of bounds.
That's the first time Billingsley has carried the ball tonight, first time he's called his own number.
That's surprising.
We're going to get a timeout taken by Northrop with 6:41 to go in the first half. So let's step aside. 35-0 Snyder. We're back in a moment. Welcome back, everybody, to Spieler Stadium. Jim Measle, Carson Watkins, Isu Haynes with you. Out of the Northrop timeout. 6:41 to go in the first half. It's Snyder ball at the Northrop 31-yard line. 2nd down and 7 for the Panthers. East Noble still leads Columbia City 14-0 in the second. And around the right end, a first down and then some into the red zone.
The dirty Russell, the ball carrier.
And that was Russell once again.
Tackled on the play by number 81, Harris.
And give him 17 yards there. First down, Snyder.
Yeah, he just makes a really spectacular cut here. Jim really just bounces outside. Line got him a really nice lead there, pushed everyone to the left side as he was going right. Made a nice cut there in the secondary.
He's got the ball to 13. Billingsley's pass is caught inside the 10. Out of bounds at the 7-yard line. That was Jarvis with the reception. It'll be 2nd down and 4 from the 7. Billingsley showing us he can throw the ball.
Gain of 5, 2nd down and 5. Panthers.
Looks like most of the Snyder Panthers just getting themselves some yards tonight.
Coming down to 6 minutes to play now in the half. 6:06. Clock is stopped. Ball is at the 7. Snyder on their 6th possession, trying to make a 6 out of 6. And they go with an I formation. 2nd and 4 from the 7. Billingsley throws. And it's a one-on-one, and it's caught. And that's a touchdown. We'll check out the flag. Boston Conley with the catch. We'll check out the penalty flag. Conley one-on-one made the catch. If that's on Northrop, obviously Snyder will decline the penalty. Waiting for the man in the white hat to let us know.
Pass interference against Bruins.
The touchdown counts.
Touchdown Panthers.
And that makes it 41-0. 7-yard touchdown pass. Billingsley to Conley. Winnemer's extra point attempt upcoming. And it's spotted, it's booted, and the kick is good. New score on the board. Snyder 42, Northrop nothing. Back in just a moment.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for...
Welcome back, everybody, to Spooler Stadium. The pass interference penalty on that last Snyder touchdown is being assessed on the ensuing kickoff. And so Snyder will be kicking off from the Northrop 45. That's 5 penalties against Northrop for 70 yards. And has East Noble just scored again? It looks like they have. East Noble Knights have opened up a 3-touchdown lead over Columbia City. 20-0. The extra point is good. 21-0 Knights. Winnemer's kick is in and out of the end zone for a touchback. Gee, I didn't know the Snyder kids were rooting for East Noble.
They're pretty excited about an East Noble touchdown. Or it was a touchback. They're excited about something.
Okay.
What it is, I don't know.
Well, this student body for Snyder, we remarked earlier this year, Carson, they are solidly behind this football team. Another big turnout of students. And I guess we had another penalty flag down here on the kickoff, so we'll have to figure this one out. 42-0 Snyder. 5:59 left in the first half. And we're having a discussion on the Northrop side of the field. We understand that a Northrop player has been excused for the night. Don't know what happened there exactly. Was watching the ball go into the end zone. But so first down for Northrop at their own 20-yard line. 5:59 to go in the first half, and Snyder has opened up a 42-0 lead, and now the penalty being marked off here against Northrop.
Your own 10-yard line.
Just cannot have these penalties, these self-inflicted penalties. Football's a tough enough game. Barksdale Wilson carries the ball and is dropped behind the line of scrimmage. And that'll be no gain. They're going to spot him down to the 10, 2nd and 10.
No gain in the play, 2nd down and 10, Bruins.
42-0 Snyder. In case you're wondering, the running clock criteria does not kick in until the start of the second half. Northrop backed up deep in their own territory here. 2nd down and 10 for the Bruins at their own 10. They really moved the ball well in their opening possession, but since that time, the Snyder defense in control. Callison throwing, and it's incomplete to about the 20-yard line, as that pass was intended here on the near side for Menifee. So 3rd and 10 now for the Bruins. Maybe if we get a chance in the second half with the game out of hand, we can kind of start to look ahead towards the sectionals. You know, the draw is a week from Sunday. No, you have 8.5. 3rd and 10 For Northrop, they break the huddle with 10 on the play clock. Play clock's at 5, at 4, 3, and now a timeout taken by Northrop as the play clock was running out. 5:09 to go in the first half. Why don't we step aside? We'll be back in just a moment. Back here at Spooler Stadium, 42-0 Snyder with 5:09 to go in the first half. Second quarter now, Heritage 21-7 over Bluffton. That last timeout for Northrop, their last, so they're out of timeouts for the rest of the half. 5:09 to go until halftime here at homecoming for Snyder. They have a 42-0 lead. Line the gain is the 20-yard line. 3rd and 10, four receivers to this side. Callison throws, and it's going to be overthrown. Incomplete, 4th down. So 4th down, and Northrop has to kick the ball away deep in their own territory. And things not getting any easier for the Bruins with 5:02 to go in the first half. Gump will be on punt formation. Snyder has scored on all 6 of their possessions.
21-7 Heritage.
Oh, that's a big game. Bluffton undefeated, Heritage 5-1. Gump about 5 yards deep. Gets off a nice high kick out to about the 40-yard line and a fair catch taken there. So that's where Snyder will start at the Northrop 40-yard line. From the Bruins 40-yard line. First down at the 40-yard line, and we have 4:54 to go until halftime. You knew it was going to be a tough night for Northrop after what happened to Snyder last Friday, losing to Homestead. You never want to play a team after a loss.
Especially a team with aspirations such as these.
Despite that loss, Snyder still with a chance to get at least a share of the conference championship. They're looking at bigger things and hoping for a nice run during the month of November. They want to play football when it's snowing. Billingsley to the far side, and it's incomplete. At about the 10-yard line. Ganaway, the intended receiver.
Second down and 10, Panthers.
Billingsley has thrown 2 touchdowns tonight. Buchanan has 2 touchdowns. Rohrbacher and Clompton have the other scores for Snyder. 2nd and 10 for the Panthers. 4:47 to go until halftime. 3 receivers to this side. And Russell is stacked up for a loss. Good job by the Northrop defense there. That'll be a loss of 2. Makes it 3rd and 12.
3rd down and 12, Panthers.
Spot the ball at the Northrop 42-yard line. Cole was in on that last tackle for Northrop. Line the gain is to 30. Billingsley down the middle he goes. Got a man, his tight end. Inside the 20 to the 16-yard line. Langus again, he's having a big night.
I don't know, you noticed he bobbled that thing. I mean, he almost dropped it. Really good pass here by Billingsley. He just kind of beats the linebackers and had both safeties converge on him. He had it in his hands, was almost stripped. Made the adjustment and got it.
So another Snyder first down as they're looking to make it 7 out of 7 as far as possessions and scores. Down to 3:40 to go until halftime. First down at the Northrop 16. Billingsley play action, throws kind of a screen or a hybrid screen there, I guess. And they picked up 10 yards in the play.
That pass is caught by number 88, Langus, the tight end from Billingsley. Gain of 9, second down and 1. Panthers.
Second down and 1. Langus again with the reception. 9 yards on that play. Second down and 1 for Snyder at the Northrop 7. As we come down to 3 minutes to play in the half. Looks like we're going to have a running clock in the second half. Running play, Russell breaks a tackle, stays on his feet. Give that man 6 points. Touchdown Snyder. Russell from 7 yards out. Absolutely refused to go down.
Yeah, just a really special play here. The student section's pretty fired up about it. Yeah, he got tripped up there. Kept going in, and just like that, another 6 points for the Panthers.
Wennemer is going to try the extra point now, trying to make it 7 out of 7. And it's spotted, it's booted, and this one is good. A new score on the board, 2:56 to go until halftime. Snyder 49, Northrop nothing. We're back in just a moment. Welcome back, everybody. 2:56 to go until halftime. Snyder 49, Northrop nothing. Chase Wennemer ready to kick off again. He's been a busy guy tonight. And the boot on its way, coming down to about the 15-yard line. Picked up there by Robinson. Robinson's had a couple of nice returns, but he's not going very far this time. Out of bounds around the 20. And with 2:49 to go, Northrop gets the ball back. Some unofficial stats. Buchanan has 108 yards rushing, 9 carries, 2 touchdowns. Billingsley has passed for 96 yards. Langus having a big night. I got him with 4 catches for 52 yards. Jarvis, 3 catches for 20 yards. And 4 yards rushing for Northrop so far, 41 yards in the air. So the defense for Snyder holding Northrop to 45 yards of total offense so far. First down at the 20-yard line for Northrop with 2:49 to go until halftime. Bruins are out of timeouts. Callison's pass is caught on the far side. Ends a pickup of 9 yards to the 29.
Harris, tackle lead by 25. Anyway.
That was Anthony Harris with the reception on that 9-yard gain. Second and 1 for the Bruins, trying to get something positive going here. 3 receivers to this side. Callison throws to Barksdale Wilson. He's to the 30, the 35, out of bounds around the 40-yard line. And a gain of 11, first down Northrop. Their first down since their opening possession. Spot the ball at the 40. Clock is stopped with 2:12 to go until halftime. Snyder with a 49-0 lead. 4 receivers for Northrop, 3 to the right, 1 to the near side. Callison rolling to his right. His pass is it intercepted? I think it is. It is. Third interception for Snyder tonight.
Number 38, Al Blister.
And the pick on the far side. Hang on, they're talking about it. Now they say incomplete. So, number 38, Dallas Woodson, thought he had a pick, but the officials talked it over and said, nope, incomplete pass. So Northrop maintains possession with 2:06 to go until halftime. Almost the third interception of the night for the Snyder defense. Second down and 10 for Northrop at their own 40. And let's see how they line up here now. They're going to go with 4 receivers, 3 to the right, 1 to the near side. Play clock at 7. Callison looks it over. Play clock's at 3. Callison fires over the middle. Guilford's got it. And it's a first down for Northrop at midfield. And a 10-yard pickup there. Move the sticks.
Enough for a Bruin first down.
Third catch for Guilford tonight. Down to a minute 45. Callison throws deep down the far side. He overthrew his man Guilford inside the 25-yard line. He's looking for a flag, but none is forthcoming.
He's got a nice arm, Jim. We'll just get those accuracy issues a little bit patched up. I mean, like you said, you just got a feel for the Bruins right now. I mean, this is a young team that's beat up. This is just hard for the coaching staff. It's hard for the players. It's hard for the student body. It's hard for the community. You just got to take these blows, and it's like being a Cleveland Browns fan. There's always next year.
Second down and 10 from the 50-yard line. A minute 40 to go until halftime. Callison throws over the middle, and it's incomplete.
That pass is incomplete.
And he was under a heavy rush there. Once again, he hung in there. Pass was overthrown. 3rd and 10. That was Callison's 23rd pass of the night. 3rd and 10 for the Bruins at the 50 with a minute 33 left. And we got 4 receivers, 3 on this side, 1 to the right, 1 set back. Line the gain is the 40 for Northrop. Snyder on top, 49-0. Let's see what the Snyder defense does here. They will send 5 and drop 6. Pass is caught, and Guilford is going to be brought down after a 3-yard gain, maybe a 4-yard gain to the 46. That'll make it 4th down and 6 for Northrop. And a minute 18 to go, and looks like we're going to get a timeout. Apparently Northrop had 1 timeout left, and they're going to take it. I thought they were out. That was my mistake. So why don't we step aside? 49-0 Snyder. We're back in a moment. Back here at Spooler Stadium. Out of the timeout, 4th down and 6 for Northrop at the Snyder 46. Callison throws, and it's into the Northrop bench, incomplete. Snyder will take over on downs at their own 46-yard line. In the totem pole game at Archer Field. Second quarter, Northside 14, Southside 6. Here, Snyder in command, 49-0, with a minute 13 to go until halftime. And unless something really crazy happens here in the final 73 seconds of the opening half, we will have a running clock in half number 2.
Was that 2 or 3 touchdowns in 72 seconds? 3 touchdowns in 72 seconds.
Snyder ball. Billingsley still in there, quarterback. We have not seen much of Buchanan since the first quarter. Russell has seen some action here. Number 30. Along with Clopton, number 9, who scored a touchdown earlier. And
taking a knee.
Oh, okay. They're taking a knee here. Go ahead.
I was going to say, he's losing some of those rushing yards he worked for tonight. I don't know if there was one time where Tom Brady, I think he broke like 1,000 yards or something on his career. He had to take a knee at the end of the game. So he jumped past the center to take the knee because he didn't want to lose that yard and go back to 999 yards.
Snyder 2023 homecoming court. Please make your way down the track and check.
This might be the last snap before halftime. And there it is. Snyder deciding to take a couple of knees, and it looks like they're heading for the locker room. They are. That'll be it for the first half. And Snyder will take a 49-0 lead over the Northrop Bruins at halftime into the locker room. It's a happy homecoming so far for the Panthers. So the first half is in the books after one half. Snyder 49, Northrop nothing. This is Jim Meese.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260s.
We're going to step aside for a few minutes. Come back. Don't go away here on SummitCitySports.com.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260s dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
I just want to be the best in basketball. So I want to be the greatest of all time to play women's basketball. So I just know there's people out there working just as much as me. So I just want to keep working hard and keep that intensity going. And so one day I can pursue my dreams of being in the WNBA and playing overseas. So I just want bigger things to come in my life.
I remember when I started in March, she could do 0 pull-ups. She did have a great 25-inch vertical when she first started. She only weighed 150 pounds. One of our main mottos is do the simple things exceedingly well, and that's where we started. So we started the foundation, building her base, and now we've got to basically the peak of our pyramid of things that we can do with her. So we didn't skip any levels. We did all the basics, and she got really, really good at them, and that's what's led her to become as great as she is at basketball and performance.
I've watched her grow, the confidence-wise, the strength-wise, the jumping ability, her footwork. It's really amazing to kind of watch for a girl her size, being 6'3", 6'4", to move like she can move and do the thing and be as agile as she is, along with the strength.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
At the University of St. Francis, you'll find everything you need to succeed, from business, nursing and science, to the arts, all with a 99% career success rate.
You belong here.
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 I belong here.
The athletes has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana. The talent that's coming up now, and the talent that is just here, man. It's really cool.
I like to stay active. I try to come in here at least 3 times a week and just get my 1-hour workout in. Since September, I think I've put on 22 pounds of muscle. I think my vertical has gone up plus 5 inches. I've gotten a lot faster since then too. I can hit the ball further. In football, I can push people around more. It's basketball easier too. Just being stronger just makes everything easier.
Brandon started with Jim Rath's basketball training. After one of the sessions, he came up to me and he wanted to know if he could do more. So Brandon started the EDGE program in November, in addition to the club training he was doing, because it offers personalized programming for his athletic goals. PSN Performance uses a long-term athletic development pyramid. At such a young age, it's really good for Brandon to set the foundation of athletic development. Since he is in season all year round, he has to be ready for all the physical demands. So he does a lot more strength training, just because in basketball he sprints and cuts a lot. In baseball he's doing a lot of sprinting. In football he does a lot of sprinting and jumping. So preparing him to withstand the physical demands of those games, he does a lot more strength training.
I like all the lower body stuff the best. I do goblet squats, split squats, back squat, front squat, a lot of those. Tyler knows what's best for me. He always points me in the right direction. He just pushes me to go harder every day.
In 4 years, this could be you.
At the University of St. Francis, you'll find everything you need to succeed, from business, nursing and science, to the arts.
You belong here!
Area sports looked a lot different back in 1952 when Jim Kelly opened his first dealership in Fort Wayne. 70 years later, that original dealership has grown into the Kelly Automotive Group with 14 brands in 3 locations, including our new Fort Wayne Auto Mall and Kelly Chevrolet on Lima Road. Fort Wayne continues to support our local teams and businesses. Thank you for 70 years. We could have never done it without you. Visit us today at drivekelly.com.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.
Welcome back to Spooler Stadium, everybody. We're at halftime, Snyder Panthers homecoming game, and they lead the Northrop Bruins by a score of 49-0. We've had the crowning of the king and queen here for homecoming at Snyder, and now we're going to enjoy this wonderful performance here at halftime by the Snyder Panther Marching Band.
Grab my wrist. Help me out. I have a back issue.
That's terrific. Great stuff from the Snyder Panther Band. And, boy, I've never seen classic paintings in a halftime show before like that. We've been treated here the last couple of weeks at Spooler Stadium. We had Northrop's Orange Pride last week, and now the Snyder Panther Band putting on a great performance here at halftime of the homecoming game for Snyder. I understand the Snyder Band is in competition tomorrow, so a quick turnaround for those youngsters and all the volunteers and the parents. And at least tomorrow they don't perform until noon. I think they're at Homestead, if I heard the announcement correct. If you folks get a chance on Saturdays to go to a marching band festival, do so. You will have a great time, and these kids, I don't care what school they're in, these young people put in a lot of time, a lot of effort, and they deserve your support. They really do.
Absolutely.
And you may notice here at Summit City Sports, at least when I do the games, we show the bands at halftime.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm always up for supporting the arts, like you said, Jen, those marching band competitions, but also local theater performances from high school, show choirs, arts festivals, paintings, just stuff like that. If you have an opportunity to support the arts in your local schools, go for it.
Okay, let's give you some out-of-town scores. Third quarter, in fact, just getting underway in the second half now, down at Knights Field. Dwenger leads Lours 14-7 in the Battle of the Bishops. Lours trying to extend their winning streak to 5 in a row. Northside at last report was leading Southside 14-6 in the second. Carroll got out to a 14-0 lead over Homestead. Carson, did you hear anything new from Carroll?
I just checked. They were actually showing their band performance, so I'm not sure about the score.
Okay, so we'll try and get an update from Neon Nation there. Let's see, in the Northeast 8, you thought last week was kind of crazy with high school football around Fort Wayne with some upsets and some scores that would make it go, ooh. I got one here at Columbia City at the half. East Noble 21, Columbia City nothing. That's somewhat of a ooh. East Noble 4-2, Columbia City 5-1. Leo all over Huntington North at halftime, 34-0. New Haven, undefeated New Haven, number 4 in the state in 4A. They were leading Belmont 20-7 in the second. And the Cowboys up on Norwell 21-6 at the half. The big game in the Northeast Corner Conference in Ligonier tonight at the half. Lakeland 14, West Noble 14. The Chargers undefeated at 6-0. The Lakers are 5-1. West Noble ranked number 14 in the state in 3A. And at the half, Angola trails Marion 20-6. It's been a tough year for the teams up in Steuben County. Angola's 0-6, Prairie Heights 0-6, Fremont is 1-5. And the ACAC, here you go. I don't know if we can call this an upset because Heritage is pretty darn good. But at the half, it's Heritage 21, Bluffton 7. Bluffton ranked number 1 in the state in 2A, but they're down by 2 touchdowns at halftime. So it looks like Carson with the running clock here in the second half. We'll be done before a lot of these games. We can listen to some football on the way home.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure, Jen. It's gonna be an exciting night. I mean, I can't believe it's almost over. I mean, in terms of the regular season, I was looking at the schedule. I'm just like, are you kidding me already?
Well, like I said during the first half, the draw for the sectional is just 1 week from Sunday. October 8th, that's when they'll draw for sectionals. And after tonight's action, we'll be down to 2 more regular season games. Snyder is back out onto the field. Northrop is coming out of their locker room now. 49-0, Snyder with the lead over Northrop. And if I can get my flashlight going here, we can run down some scoring plays. Again, Snyder had 7 possessions. They scored on all 7. Uriah Buchanan got the first touchdown of the night with 5:29 to go in the first quarter from 5 yards out. Rohrbacher made it 14-0 for Snyder. A 1-yard touchdown with 2:14 left in the first. And then Buchanan got his second touchdown of the night, his 12th of the season, from 10 yards out with 52 seconds to go in the first quarter. 21-0 Snyder after 1. Panthers scored 4 more touchdowns in the second. Billingsley to Langus from 5 yards out. Clompton running it in from 4 yards out. Billingsley hooking up with Conley from 7 yards out. And then Russell scored from 7 yards out with less than 3 minutes to go in the half. 49-0. Let's give you some unofficial stats. These are unofficial. Buchanan, 108 yards rushing. He's gone over 1,000 for the year tonight. 108 for Buchanan on 9 carries, 2 touchdowns. He did not get a whole lot of touches after the first quarter. Billingsley has thrown the ball 12 times. He has completed 9 for 96 yards and 2 scores. Langus has 4 catches for 52 yards. Jarvis, 3 catches for 20 yards. We had Northrop with a total of 65 yards of offense in that first half, 61 in the air by Callison, and we had Callison throwing the ball 18 times. And you got to give Callison a lot of credit, Carson. The kid hung in there. He was under a rush many times, but the sophomore stood strong. And, again, he's only a sophomore, but we do see some talent from him. And Northrop just has to get healthy and get these kids, into the weight room, these young freshmen and sophomores into the weight room, and we'll see what happens in the future. But it's definitely a year where teams like Northrop and Concordia are taking their lumps.
And Southside, too. You think about Southside as well. It's like what Coach Deion Sanders said, get your Bulls in now because this is the worst we're going to be.
Yeah, Colorado's run kind of came to an end last Saturday out there in Oregon.
It was fun while it lasted, Jim.
Well, and then they got USC tomorrow. Yikes. Talk about a gauntlet. Oregon and then SC. SC and Oregon, they could very well be playing for a CFP spot.
It's really unfortunate that we're losing the Pac-12 after they're having the best season in their entire existence.
I know. Yeah, they're so good this year in that conference, so deep.
And we're losing them.
Yeah.
And that's been one of my favorite traditions is the nights I have them in me. Pac-12 after dark, you get like those USC and Arizona games.
Late night games.
11:30 at night.
Yep.
And then after that game ends, you get Hawaii if you're a real sicko like me. It's 2:30 in the morning, but Hawaii's up 7. We got to watch this game.
Aloha.
Aloha, yes. Colt Brenneman, I think his name was. He broke like several passing touchdowns at Hawaii in like 2007. I still have his trading card.
Well, there's your update from Neon Nation. Halftime, Carroll 24, Homestead 6. Again, the standings in the Summit heading into tonight's action in the A division. Snyder, Carroll, Dwenger, and Homestead all at 3-1. And Northrop at 0-4. B division, Lourdes at 4-0. Northside at 2-2. Wayne and Southside both at 1-3. Concordia at 0-4. Now, as we take a look at some of the other standings, again, West Noble at 3-0 in first place in the big division of the Northeast Corner Conference. The small division is tied right now. Eastside and Central Noble both at 2-0. In the ACAC, Bluffton at 4-0, but they're losing at halftime. Adams Central at 3-0. Heritage at 2-1. Jay County at 2-2. In the Northeast 8, New Haven looks very strong right now. It's New Haven's conference to win or lose. They control their own destiny. The Bulldogs have 4-0. 6-0 overall. Columbia City, East Noble, and Leo all at 3-1. We have talked about that Northeast 8 conference, Carson, and that's one of the best conferences in the state of Indiana this year. Well, I got some stuff on sectionals. Let's see, we're getting ready to start the second half. Why don't we save this so we have time in the second half? Because let me tell you, this one sectional 19, I'm going to call that the sectional of death. Because you got New Haven at 6-0, Leo and East Noble both at 4-2, Wayne's at 3-3, DeKalb and Dwenger both at 3-3. I mean, really, any one of those 6 teams has a legitimate shot to come out of that sectional. Snyder is in the Class 6A sectional. I'm sorry, they're in the 5A sectional 12 and 5A. with Northside and Anderson, just a 3-team sectional there. So they'll get a bye in the opening round of the tournament.
Yeah, it's like what you said, the sectional depth. I think some of those teams, I'm not sure if you've partaken in this discourse, it's some baseball discourse about the standings, because right now the AL Central, which features the Royals, White Sox, Twins, Guardians, and Tigers, has a worse record than most of the AL West, which is Seattle, Houston, Texas, Los Angeles, and Oakland. And so there's been discussions among some baseball fans about not letting the division winners get a home playoff series because they won less games. My point here is that sectional's going to be really tough, and some of those teams are thinking, man, if we were in different grouping, we might be still playing right now. Long-winded way of saying that, Jim.
All right, we're getting ready for the second half. Northrop will kick off. Snyder on top, 49-0, and we will have a running clock here in the second half. And the second half is underway. Up to the 10, up to the 15 for Snyder, and that's kick is returned. And you took my Snyder roster. You got my, there we are.
My apologies. I had it sitting right here. Totally forgot to give it back to you. I'm sorry about that, Jim.
Logan returns the kickoff to the 24-yard line.
You're gonna start having to really dig into that roster, Jim.
Yeah, we're the two deeps are going to be non-existent here. Let's see who's quarterbacking here for Snyder. Looks like Billingsley's night is done.
I'd say so. Who does Snyder have next week? Could you remind me?
Snyder next week, they will be at Dwenger.
Okay.
At Shields Field, and that will be a dandy. Aaron Vance now quarterbacking for Snyder. And the Panthers will keep the ball on the ground. Gain of 6 yards on that play. Will bring up 2nd down and 4 for Panthers at their own 30-yard line. Russell, the ball carrier. Russell really developing into a nice running back. So Snyder looking for depth in that backfield in case teams key on Buchanan. But again, Buchanan over 1,000 yards rushing for the season with this performance tonight. 2nd and 4. And it's Russell again. Russell fighting for the first down. Looks like he's got it. And they'll spot him at the 35. That'll be a Snyder first down. Here's the deal with the running clock in Indiana. Beginning with the second half of any football game when the point differential between teams is at or reaches 35 points, the game clock shall convert to a running clock. A running clock is defined as a clock that does not stop during play with the exception of timeouts, scores, and or injuries. Once the running clock is implemented, the clock may not revert back to standard running time protocols regardless of the score of the contest. That's directly from the IHSAA website.
There you go.
And 2 more yards on that carry.
I had the opportunity to call I did play-by-play in color with my friends Ryan and Preston at Huntington University for the Crossroads League baseball tournament last year. I'm going to be honest, I forget what the call was, but there was a really confusing call, and the umpires talked about it, and I spent about an inning and a half digging through the rule book trying to figure it out. I never did.
2nd down and 8 for Snyder at their own 37 as we come down to 9 minutes to play in the third quarter. Snyder on top, 49-0, obviously with the running clock. Well, Vance, a play-action fake. Throws on the run, it's incomplete. And that'll bring up 3rd and 8 for Snyder.
More than anything, I actually want to see a clean half here, Jim. We saw a lot of chippiness in the first half. I think you said one player was sent home for the night.
Clampton, the intended receiver on that play. 3rd down and 8 for Snyder at their own 37, lined against the 45.
Just really don't want to see that.
Yeah, or, sometimes you have to show some tough love. Lined against the 45. 3 receivers, 2 on the left, 1 on the right. Vance will throw under a rush. Scrambling, looking, throwing downfield, and he's got an incomplete pass, a near catch at midfield. As Stegmeyer was the intended receiver. And that was Cameron Hamill, number 2, with the breakup for Northrop. 4th down and 8.
First punt of the night.
Hard as for that ride home. Come across the ballpark, pick you up.
Winnemere in punt formation. He's done all the kicking duties tonight. Low snap. Gets it out of there. Sort of a line drive. Takes a big Snyder bounce inside the 25, inside the 20. It's going to roll dead at the 15-yard line. And look at the Snyder players. They look like they're playing curling there.
We talked about how good this kicking game is. I mean, they're living up to their billing.
So the clock continues to roll with the running clock. We're almost down to 7 minutes to play in the third quarter. What's interesting in that ruling from the IHSAA when they published it in 2019, coaches do not have the ability to override the implementation of the mercy rule during a contest.
Yeah, I think most coaches would agree to that. I mean, unless like miraculously you got like 4 touchdowns or something, it was all of a sudden 35-28. That's why they put in that you can't revert back and just kind of say that, oh, actually we're going
to... A nice chunk for Barksdale Wilson on first down. He picked up 10 yards. That's first down for Northrop. As they move the sticks, ball is out to the Bruin 24-yard line. 6:20 left of the third quarter. Snyder scoring on their first 7 possessions of the night. They lead 49-0. And a lot of substitutes in the ball game here for Snyder in the second half. Bruins keep it on the ground. Barksdale Wilson, another nice chunk for him. Or check that out, was Hinton, number 1. 1 instead of 8. Hinton getting 7 yards. And that brings up second down and 3 now for Northrop at their own 31-yard line. Go ahead.
No, I was reacting to somebody screaming in the student section. I wasn't quite sure what was coming from. Like, well,
I wonder how many folks in the student section are really watching the game right now.
Yeah, probably not too many.
It's probably socializing time here.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Ellison throws, and Guilford with a nice catch out of the 40-yard line. Couple of first downs for Northrop. First down Bruins at their own 41. David Callison with a nice ball there. An accurate pass to Guilford on the run. First down for the Bruins at their own 41. Coming down to 5 minutes to play in the third quarter, again with the running clock. 49-0 Snyder. First down for Northrop at their own 41. Now 2 backs in the backfield, 2 receivers on the right. Running play, and a big hole up the middle. 8 yards on that play. And Northrop moving the ball on the ground here in the second half. As Hinton carries it for 8 yards to the 49. Second down and 2 for Northrop. Homecoming is going to be a happy one for Snyder, as they will move to 6-1 for the season and get ready for a big game next week at Dwenger. Shields Field ought to be on fire next week for that one. Running play again, and they did not get the first down. They're going to be about a yard shy. Barksdale Wilson, the ball carrier.
Homestead's driving right now. They got the second and goal.
Get out those cell phones.
Third down and 1.
Put off the ballpark to pick me up. Game's almost over.
I like how the PA announcers tell the students to make sure you start calling mom and dad right now to come pick you up.
Yeah.
Third and 1 from the 50 for Northrop. They'll run it. And a first down and then some. Look at that guy rumbling. Let's see. He's not on my chart here, so let's get the number out. That was number 26. And that was Marcus Logan Jr.
Would you like another update on the Carroll game? Carroll's got a pick in the end zone, so they're going to get the ball back.
All right. Carroll leading Homestead there. It's getting kind of silly in the Summit Athletic Conference. You never know from week to week, huh?
Mm-hmm.
7 more yards for Barksdale Wilson. Go ahead.
We had a pretty lengthy conversation about memorable head coach post-game press conference, and one of the most infamous, you play to win the game.
Oh, Herm Edwards.
Yep. You don't win the games on paper, Jim.
2nd down and 3 for Northrop. They're moving the ball in this possession. This is a nice drive the Bruins are putting together here. Ball's at the Snyder 35. And they'll keep it on the ground, but they're not going to get the first down. Snyder's defense stiffens. No gain there. That'll bring up 3rd down and 3 as Barksdale Wilson was stuffed on the left side. 3rd and 3 for the Bruins at the Snyder 35. Under 2 minutes to play now in the 3rd quarter. No scoring yet here in the 2nd half. Snyder on top, 49-0. Scoring on their first 7 possessions.
Oh, the half's almost over. Or the 3rd quarter's almost over.
2 receivers to the right. Off balance eye in the backfield. Ball's at the 35. Callison rolling to his right. Throws on the run. And he has a man for a first down inside the 25-yard line. And another first down for Northrop.
First and 10 Bruins.
They did manage to get the ball in the red zone in their opening possession. And a nice catch over there on the far side by Menifee. Callison showing he can throw that ball with accuracy on the run on this possession. First down, Northrop. They've moved the ball all the way down to the Snyder 25-yard line. Less than a minute to go in the 3rd quarter now. First down from the 25. Running play. Barksdale Wilson is dropped behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 4.
Loss of 4. 2nd down 14.
2nd down and 14. No fooling the Snyder defense on that one. And that was Richard Nichter in on the tackle, a senior linebacker. This might be the last play of the quarter. Under 20 seconds now. Northrop play clock's down to 12, down to 11, down to 10. They better hurry. 3-second differential between play clock and game clock. Well, now they reset the play clock. 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3, 2, 1, and they get the play off in time. Callison's pass is incomplete, and that's how the 3rd quarter comes to an end. After 3 quarters at Spooler Stadium, Snyder 49, Northrop 0. Back in the 4th quarter in just a moment.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.
Welcome back, everybody. Jim Meeso here, along with Carson Watkins. Our cameraman tonight is Isu Haynes. We start the 4th quarter. Snyder 49, Northrop 0, but this is the best offensive possession for Northrop since their first possession of the night. East Noble has now opened up a 35-0 lead over Columbia City. And the Knights on their way to a big win there. We had a chance to do the East Noble Leo game a few weeks. And that was an outstanding high school football game at Kendallville. 3rd and 14, and now Snyder forced to call a timeout. They apparently did not have the right personnel in there, and Oh, Coach Tippmann finally has something to yell at his team about. We'll keep it here.
You know, the players are thinking, like, come on, Coach. Don't want to pull a Notre Dame and have the wrong personnel out there.
Oh, boy, you've sore spot with any Notre Dame fan, let me tell you that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I had to.
21-6 DeKalb over Norwell at the half. See if there's any updates out of town here. 49-0 Snyder here as we start the fourth quarter. Marion 26-6 over Angola in the third. From the region, Northwood 26-21 over Mishawaka in the third quarter. Leo 34-0 over Huntington North in the third, last we heard. All right, ready to resume play now as we start the fourth quarter. Line the game for Northrop is the 15, third down and 14. Callison throws down the near side. Guilford makes the catch inside the 5. And this is going to be first and goal, it looks like, for Northrop. But we do have a flag down at the 8.
I'm going to assume it was pass interference on the Panthers. What a throw here. Gets it downfield. Talk about how good this kid's arm is. He makes a really good catch there. Yep, pass interference with the Panthers.
This will be really big for Northrop if they can get a score on the board here. The ball is at, it looks like it's going to be inside the 5. It'll be spotted at the 4. And Northrop with a chance to get that goose egg off the side of their scoreboard. Nothing you can do right now if you're Northrop but play for pride. And a score here would be good for them. All right, got 2 running backs in there, off balance eye. 2 receivers to the left. Callison hands it off, and Snyder's defense was waiting. Logan, the ball carrier, stopped for no gain. So the ball is still at the 4. Second and goal for the Bruins. Marcus Logan Jr., number 26 in the game, a 5'11", 230-pound junior. He's listed as a defensive lineman. Play clock at 13 as they break the huddle. Second and goal from the 4. Hinton, the lone setback now. Two receivers to the left. They got a wing on the near side. Now we got a Snyder kid coming into the game late. Now we're ready to go. So they reset the play clock. Plenty of time now for Northrop to get this play off. Second and goal from the 4. And Callison's pass over the middle, incomplete. A lot of traffic there. Third and goal from the 4. 9:38 remaining in the game. Again, we have the running clock in operation with Snyder leading 49-0. But Northrop has a chance to get on the board. Their best chance to score tonight. First possession, they got it down to the 19 before a couple of mistakes stopped their chance to get on the board. Third down and goal from the 4. Off balance eye. Logan and Hinton in the backfield for Northrop. It's Hinton off the right side. Can he get the corner? He's looking for the end zone. And give that man 6 points. Touchdown Bruins.
It's got to feel good for them, Jim.
Jelante Hinton, a senior, 6 foot, 220-pounder. Barrels it in from 4 yards out. Now the extra point attempt upcoming. Gonzalez trying for the PAT. Snap is bobbled. The kick is up. The kick is good. And we have a new score on the board. Just over 8 minutes to play. Snyder 49, Northrop 7. We're back in just a moment. Welcome back to Spooler Stadium. The Northrop Bruins will not be shut out here tonight as Hinton just took it into the end zone from 4 yards out for their first score of the night. Snyder 49, Northrop 7. And with the running clock, we have 7 minutes remaining in the contest. As we await the kickoff here. And here's the boot. It's a line drive, and it's going to skip into the end zone for the touchback. So Snyder will start this possession at their own 20-yard line. Billingsley and Buchanan are resting now. They're done for the night with this lopsided lead. And we're down to 6.5 minutes to play. So that's really good for the Northrop Bruins that they got that score here in the fourth quarter. It showed that, here in the second half of the running clock, they're still battling. And that's something positive they can hang their hat on tonight. First down for Snyder at their own 20. And Vance is under center. He hands the ball off. And look out, breaking free for a big chunk here. Out to about the 39-yard line. 19 yards on that pickup. And that was Clompton who carried the ball. We're under 6 minutes to go now. Is there a flag here? Why are we kind of standing around here?
They stopped the clock.
No, the clock is still running.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, this clock here at Spooler Stadium, it pauses for a couple of seconds and then it keeps going. I don't know what the deal is with that, but
I'm confused.
Well, it's a first down at the 30-yard line. So it's a 10-yard gain.
Were they confused about the spot?
For Clompton? I don't know. Maybe they thought his knee hit the ground there. That's my guess.
All right.
And it's a running play for Russo. Nothing. They'll bring up second down, but Snyder just wants to keep that clock moving. Under 5 minutes to play. It's going to be a happy homecoming here for the Snyder Panthers. They'll get back on the right track following their overtime loss at Homestead last Friday. You know, maybe that loss would do Snyder some good. It doesn't hurt to get humbled every now and then.
That's when you learn who you truly are.
2nd and 10 from the 30. Vance, play action, rolls to his right. In some trouble, and he's going to skip out of bounds on the far side, and that's going to be a loss of yardage. Let's see where they put him out. At the 28, it looks like. So we're coming down to 4 minutes to play in the contest. And it'll be third down for Snyder. Third down at their own 28. 3rd and 12. Down box says 2, but that's not right. Line the gain is to 40.
Nearly everybody in the stadium is all but clocked out. There it is.
There it goes. They're swinging out here to the near flat. And the Northrop Bruin defense makes the play. That'll be 4th down and 6. That pass caught by Gavin Edwards, number 87. He's a sophomore, 5'9", 150 pounds. My 2-deep chart is pretty much useless now. These are the guys that they don't see a lot of time on Friday nights, but in a game like this, now you give them some experience. Give them a feel for what's it like on Friday night, these young freshmen and sophomores. You're going to need them in another year or two. 4th and 6, and a rare punt by Snyder. We get a whistle on the snap as we go under 3 minutes to play. And what is this all about?
I don't know. I wish I did.
Illegal substitution looks like it's the call against Northrop.
Is it going to be? Is that a first down?
Not quite. It's 4th and 1 now from the 39.
the scoreboard said 4th and 5, so I was a little confused, but alrighty then.
Down to 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Winnemere in punt formation. Low snap, he one-hops it. Gets off a nice punt to the far side. Look at this bounce. That ball's free. That ball hit a Northrop player, and it's a big scramble at the 25-yard line. Who's got the possession? They say Snyder. And that's the third turnover for Northrop tonight. Panther ball at the 25 with less than 2 minutes to play.
And it rains, it pours.
So we will probably get one more snap here before we say goodnight. And Snyder's going to take their time. They're probably going to take a knee here.
I'd say so.
49-7 Snyder. Their ball following the fumble. Clock down to 1:27 to play. And who's going to quarterback here? I don't see Vance out there. They got a new quarterback in there now, number 35. And he's not on the roster. But doesn't that figure?
All right.
And he's looking at the play clock. Wind down to 10 seconds. They may just take a knee and call it a night here. Yep, take a knee, and that might be it there.
I got a 10-second differential.
Okay, one more snap. So a nice win here for Snyder. Good comeback win for the Panthers tonight. They look pretty sharp. One more snap and we'll be done. And there it is. There will be no more football played here tonight. This game is over in week number 7. Your final score, the Snyder Panthers 49 and the Northrop Bruins 7. Carson and I will come back with a final recap in just a moment.
Sports Club is a volleyball-first facility and home to Empowered's Volleyball Academy and Pro Beach Juniors. At Empowered, we focus on development and the process over outcome, and we believe our record-setting recruitment numbers, 24 athletes alone in our 2023 class, 100% college placement rate, and continued success at the highest levels by our alumni speak for themselves, confirming that Empowered is your best option for overall athlete development. This year, we have once again upgraded our club model, programming, and staff to keep us out in front as one of the country's leaders in total athlete development, mind, body, and soul. But none of this would even be possible if God hadn't blessed us with a 90,000 square foot state-of-the-art volleyball and multi-sport facility that includes indoor turf, PSM weight training, 4 volleyball courts, and 5 indoor beach courts. Empowered is here to stay. So if you're looking for a long-term home and one you will never outgrow, we believe the choice is clear. Empowered is the most thorough and all-inclusive junior Olympic development program in the country.
Team Pineapple Volleyball Club was established in 1997 and has become synonymous with top-level volleyball in Northeast Indiana. Lloyd Ball is the owner and director at Team Pineapple, and he's also one of the coaches. Ball is a 4-time Olympian and a gold medalist at the 2008 Beijing Olympic Games. Join the Pineapple family today. Go to their website, teampineapple.com, for all programming information. Team Pineapple trains at the brand new Ball Sports Academy. This facility has indoor volleyball courts, Parkview Sports Performance, Parkview Ortho Clinic, Olympic weight room, in-house massage therapy, and the state-of-the-art CET Cryo Spa for post-training therapy. Head north on Highway 69 towards Angola and come see how champions are made at the Ball Sports Academy.
Welcome back, everybody. Jim Measel, along with Carson Watkins, our cameraman Isu Haynes. One final time here at Spooler Stadium. Snyder defeats Northrop 49-7. So the Panthers improved to 6-1 overall, and they are now 4-1 in the Summit Athletic Conference. Northrop drops to 0-7 overall, 0-5 in the conference. We're going to give our player of the game to Snyder's Jack Langus. I thought he was very important in the Snyder passing games. The Panthers showing us a passing game in the first half, Carson. And Langus made some key catches. I had him with 4 catches for 52 yards and a touchdown. And there's several candidates, but I'm going to give it to Langus.
Yeah, he had a good game. Also, Billingsley had a great night, as did Buchanan, but they always do. Honorable mention is always the offensive line. They really held their own tonight. Big game next week for the Panthers.
Snyder is scoring on all their possessions in the first half. Buchanan from 5 yards out. Robacher from a yard out. Buchanan again from 10 yards out. 21-0 Snyder after 1. They tacked on 4 more touchdowns in the second quarter. Billingsley to Langus from 5 yards. Clompton scored from 4 yards. Billingsley, his second TD of the pass, his second TD pass of the night to Conley from 7 yards. And then Russell closed out the first half, scoring with a 7-yard touchdown. 49-0 Snyder at the half. We went to a running clock in the second half, and the only score in the second half came from Northrop with about 9 minutes to play in the game. Jelante Hinton scoring from 4 yards out. So that's pretty much the story here tonight. Snyder stays in the hunt for the Summit Athletic Conference Championship in the A Division. And we'll get a chance on our way home to find out how the other games turned out, since this game got done early, just after 9 o'clock. Hopefully you enjoyed the action tonight here on SummitCitySports.com. Don't know where Carson and I are going to be yet next week. We don't. Okay. We'll wait for the big guy to make that decision, and we'll find out this weekend. Wherever we're going to be at next week, hopefully you can join us. And that's the story tonight here at Spooler Stadium on homecoming night for the Snyder Panthers. A happy homecoming for the Panthers. Again, your final score, Snyder 49 and Northrop 7. On behalf of Carson Watkins and our cameraman Isu Haynes, I'm Jim Measle saying, have a good night, everybody.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our camera. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
I just want to be the best in basketball. So I want to be the greatest of all time to play women's basketball. So I just know there's people out there working just as much as me. So I just want to keep working hard and keep that intensity going. And so one day I can pursue my dreams of being in the WNBA and playing overseas. So I just want bigger things to come in my life.
I remember when I started in March, she could do 0 pull-ups. She did have a great 25-inch vertical when she first started. She only weighed 150 pounds. One of our main mottos is do the simple things exceedingly well, and that's where we started. So we started the foundation, building her base, and now we've got to basically the peak of our pyramid of things that we can do with her. So we didn't skip any levels. We did all the basics, and she got really, really good at them, and that's what's led her to become as great as she is at basketball and performance.
I've watched her grow, the confidence-wise, the strength-wise, the jumping ability, her footwork. It's really amazing to kind of watch for a girl her size, being 6'3", 6'4", to move like she can move and do the thing and be as agile as she is, along with the strength.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
At the University of St. Francis, you'll find everything you need to succeed, from business, nursing and science, to the arts, all with a 99% career success rate.
You belong here.
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 I belong here.
always been here, you know, and they're getting better. You know, I'm watching, you know, SummitCitySports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And I mean, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And I mean, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, you know, is just here, man. It's really cool.
I like to stay active. I try to come in here at least 3 times a week and just get my 1-hour workout in. Since September, I think I've put on 22 pounds of muscle. I think my vertical has gone up plus 5 inches. I've gotten a lot faster since then too. I can hit the ball further. In football, I can push people around more. It's basketball easier too. Just being stronger just makes everything easier.
Brandon started with gym rats basketball training. After one of the sessions, he came up to me and he wanted to know if he could do more. So Brandon started the Edge program in November in addition to the club training he was doing because it offers personalized programming for his athletic goals. PSN Performance uses a long-term athletic development pyramid. At such a young age, it's really good for Brandon to set the foundation of athletic development. Since he is in season all year round, he has to be ready for all the physical demands. So he does a lot more strength training just because in basketball he sprints and cuts a lot. In baseball he's doing a lot of sprinting. In football he does a lot of sprinting and jumping. So preparing him to withstand the physical demands of those games, he does a lot more strength training.
I like all the lower body stuff the best. I do goblet squats, split squats, back squat, front squat, a lot of those. Tyler knows what's best for me. He always points me in the right direction. He just pushes me to go harder every day.
In 4 years, this could be you.
At the University of St. Francis, you'll find everything you need to succeed, from business, nursing and science, to the arts.
You belong here!
Area sports looked a lot different back in 1952 when Jim Kelly opened his first dealership in Fort Wayne. 70 years later, that original dealership has grown into the Kelly Automotive Group with 14 brands in 3 locations, including our new Fort Wayne Auto Mall and Kelly Chevrolet on Lima Road. Fort Wayne continues to support our local teams and businesses. Thank you for 70 years. We could have never done it without you. Visit us today at drivekelly.com.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.